Okay, still in Act 2, the Starlight Sonata. But chapter? Chapter, I think I've been calling them. Chapter 9, Crossing the Threshold, 5th of the Astral Moon. Let's see what's changed here. I was actually clicking to the application, then it'll move. Right, let's have a look. I don't think anything's moved. I mean, the birds are hopping around and things. It's no longer raining. Is that sign gone a bit loose? Has it gone down a little bit, or is it just me? I feel like it's sagging slightly. Maybe it's just me, but there seems to be a few cracks around. I don't know. Maybe the tavern's suffering a bit. Anyway, let's start the day. Mabel! Good morning, innkeeper. Could you please make me a drink? I need something to wake me up and help me feel agile again. Of course, Fable. Just a moment. Would it be your usual Fable? Would it be a swift strike? What other things are agile? I don't think any of the new ones are agility. No, none of them are like up here at the top. So I think we are still on swift strike with Fable. So we'll continue that for them. So, a little bit of defense. There. A little bit of intelligence. There. And then the rest. 2, 3. There we go. Swift strike. Thanks, Andu. There we go. And because Fable is having a drink, we'll have a drink too. There we go. Thank you. I feel much better already. Long night? Very. Turns out there were a lot of farmers who needed help. Do you regret offering it? No, not at all. I really enjoy being able to help people. Before, I just used to wish I could help, but never felt competent enough to try. It's fun to try. Bit exhausting at times, but I think I much prefer this over waiting around. I still could use a bit more practice though. That's fair. Just make sure you also practice taking breaks. You'll have a much easier time helping other people if you're not close to passing out yourself. That's what I have your drinks for. My drinks are not a gateway to burnout. I admire your kindness, Fable, but you too should fall under the umbrella of people you're being kind to. I mean, I am pretty good at falling. You're pretty good at a lot of things. I try. I know. Stay and have a rest now, okay? Okay, thank you. Oh, hello, sir. Hello. Good day to you, innkeeper. Good day to you, adventurer. Yes, an adventurer. That is what I am indeed. I come here seeking a drink. What a coincidence. I do happen to have some of those in stock. What can I get you? Or what kind of drinks do adventurers usually get? Whatever drink they desire. I like the glasses being moved. See if they'll do it again. You can do it again? There we go. Then, well, I could do with something that tastes good. Of course. Perhaps something that could protect me from my foes. Defense is the base of every adventurer's skill set, is it not? Possibly. Let's try it out. Ooh, I forgot. I was so impressed with the look of that adventurer. I was like, I can't remember what they wanted. Defense, wasn't it? Yes, big defense, big defense. Was that the Frosted Lagoon? Yes, we could do a Frosted Lagoon. Anything else got defense? We've made a fist. Let's try them off on a comfortable, safe, embraced. Physical and spiritual harm. Here we go. I just need to move my position in my chair. There we go. Apologies. I wiggled in the break between episodes, and I didn't put myself back in the right position. Yeah, let's make a frosted lagoon. I think that might be nice to start them off with. So we need one of those. One of those. We need a little bit of that. Come on. There we go. And then the rest is this one. 2, 3. Frosted Lagoon. Thanks, Andu. I'll see who this new adventurer is. And while they're having a drink, I'm going to have a drink. Liquid protection against your foes. Now for half the price. Thank you so very kindly. The little musical sting behind them. Do you like it? Well, yes, of course. Then you should say so. Oh, I apologise. I forgot to do the thing where you say your words out loud. I get that. Now that you've required a drink, care to introduce yourself? How incredibly rude of me to forget. I am Gustav Archibald Richmond III, the son of Lord Gustav Archibald Richard II and Lady Dorothea Bridget the 27th. An upcoming hero from Windmore. And who might you be? The up-and-coming innkeeper of Zenith. Happy to have you here. And I'm Fable of the Ashen Grove. Your Fable? Yes? Is that a bad thing? The Fable that saved Tregarin from werewolves? The very same. Wow, what an incredible pleasure it is to meet you. I've heard so many things about you. Oh, good things, I hope. Of course. They say your skills with the bow single-handedly saved the village from 2 bloodthirsty werewolves. Werewolves. I wouldn't quite phrase it like that. They're very good with the bow. Incredible! I wish I possessed such spectacular skills. They spoke of you helping with the aftershocks of the starfall as well. I mean, that's a given. I need to help out when I can. You truly have the heart of a folk hero. How admirable. What about you, Lord Gustav Archibald Richmond III? What are you the hero of? Well, I'm, currently leaving my backstory era. I'm in the first act, so to speak, on my journey of becoming a full-blown adventurer. I've had a bit of a late start, but I shall catch up with haste. Information. Also, Archie is just fine. You don't have to say the whole thing every time. Well, Archie, if it's haste you're looking for, I can help with that. Someone gifted me some golden feathers a few days ago. Prepared an infusion for the right drink, they can hasten you up in no time. Really? That's spectacular! I always thought those things were myths or legends you only read about in books. Do you read a lot? You know, sometimes. Not that much. You should. You sound like someone who enjoys adventure, and books are so full of them. They are. I'm just too cool for books. Books are cool. You think so? Yes, I do. I mean, look at the Innkeeper's Journal. It's super cool. The coolest. Oh. Well, actually, maybe I do read quite a bit. I'm sorry for being so weird about it. Don't worry, we're all a little weird sometimes. What kind of books do you like? Anything full of adventure and heroes and adventuring heroes. They're just like me. Obviously, my parents would much prefer if I read about other things, such as books on etiquette or the newspaper. I'm sure they would love it if I wrote a dissertation on the intricacies of the Darian negotiations, or even became a diplomat myself. But I think I would fare much better as a saviour of this world, don't you think? The Darian negotiations? I'm unfamiliar. It's all terribly boring, really. They're renegotiating trade routes due to the collapse of a canal bridge that was hit by a horde of spinal rhinoceroses. It's not going all that well, because they can't agree on who should pay for the repairs, the mainland or Deer itself. Just thinking about it puts me to sleep. Another rumour. Then perhaps we could get back to more exciting topics. How do you plan to start off your hero's journey? By doing something heroic, of course. Ooh. What's something heroic I could do? Well, you could start by helping the local farmers. They're still rebuilding their homes and relocating their cattle as we speak. And probably the castle. Great idea. How much gold should I give them? Gold? I mean, I'm sure they wouldn't mind gold, but I was thinking about lending them a hand. You know, physically, with your literal hands. Ah, okay. So I would go to the farmers and ask what they need help with. Of course, that sounds... Oh, I shall figure it out. Thank you for the inspiration, Fable. It has been an honour meeting you. I hope we shall cross paths again. Till my next quest, innkeeper. Oh, God, he's making me yawn. That accent. Till then. That was adorable. Weird. Not because of him, he heard about me being a hero. That doesn't sound right. But you are a hero. Not really, I didn't even do that much yet. Not enough to be inspiring to anyone, anyway. There are much greater heroes than me out there. He wasn't impressed by other heroes. He was impressed by you. That's nice. You don't sound very happy about that. I am. It's really flattering, but I just don't think I did enough to deserve his praise. I'm just some elf. It's not for you to decide who's impressed by you and who isn't. I'm personally going to keep bragging about knowing Fable, the great hero of the Ashen Grove and saviour of Tregarin. Alright, I get it. Thank you, Innkeep. I'll try better to accept compliments. Good. Hey, Melly found the quest. Oh, here we go. Hello, Innkeeper. Hello, Fable. Hello, Melly. And hello, Malachite. It's good to see you both again. Likewise. Right, Mal? Yep. Talkative as ever. Can I offer you two... Oh, no, it's me. It's because it comes in the middle of Melly. Can I offer you two a drink? I was wondering why Melly was offering people drinks. Actually, you can offer us a quest. Are you talking about the one you just picked up, by any chance? Your incredible deduction skills strike again. I'm only trying to match wits here. So, you're interested in saving those poor familiars? I am. Missing familiars, silent wizards, clues leading to seemingly dead end. This sounds like a case of the world's greatest detective. And her sneaky assistant. They do sound like a great team. They're not a team. But they are going on a quest together. They are not. Then why are you here? She didn't want to come here alone. Said she can't reach the quest board. And I needed a drink anyway. So you're sending Melly on a quest alone? As it's customary, that's how the Shadowbanes have always handled it. But Melly isn't part of the Shadowbanes, exactly. Or it's not a tradition. No, Melly isn't part of the Shadowbanes. But she wishes to walk the path of thieves. So she must embrace their lifestyle. I think she's trying to walk the path of a detective. And that just sounds... That sounds just... And that... Ooh, how can I not say it? And that just sounds dangerous and negligent. I agree. You're not coming with me? No. Why not? I just explained that. Badly. We're having an argument. But you have to come with me. Why? It's clearly a job for two people. There's no job that can't be done alone. What if I needed someone to sneak into the crime scene to gather evidence? Didn't you want to go on this quest to test your stealth training? Well, what if I get nervous? What if I forget how to be stealthy? Or what if none of the familiars want to talk to me? I don't know, Melina. And what if I come back and you've been eaten by a T-Rex? Who cares? Oh, they're both angry. I do. Look at Fable's face. I do. The T-Rex threat is much lower in Zoford. I think you should go with it. The T-Rex threat is much lower in Zoford. We'll go with the joking one. We'll carry on that conversation there. If the monsters finally catch up to me, that's how it's meant to end. I think you should run away from the monsters, not towards them. That would depend on your choice of lifestyle. Well, your lifestyle should include going to Zoford with me. Listen, Melina, even if I wanted to come with you, I couldn't. I've got obligations, things to do. You're a thief. You don't have fixed working hours. You don't have any other friends waiting around for you. Maybe not, but I do have a sheepfish to take care of. A sheepfish. I love it. You have a sheepfish? I do. His name's Rufus. He doesn't do well alone. Plus, he needs to be fed and do his daily crossword puzzles. Otherwise, his wool will get strawy. Oh, well, you're right. You can't just leave Rufus alone. He'll get lonely. Yeah. I could take care of Rufus. Thanks, Fable. What? Well, I live nearby, and I'm very good with animals and pretty decent at crossword puzzles. Well, that sounds like an excellent idea. What if Rufus doesn't like you? He will, certainly after one of Fable's famous lullabies. You sing? Sometimes. Maybe you can sing a song about how Mal and Rufus got eaten by a T-Rex while the familiars booed me out of town. I think I prefer a song about you and Malachite saving those familiars instead. Right, Mal? Fine, but just this once. See it as a final exam for your training. That sounds fun. Wonderful. So, do you two need any help on your quest? Don't know. What do you think, Detective? Well, it's great that you ask, mighty assistant. Please don't call me that. Okay, Mal then. No. How about John? Sure. So, John, thanks for asking. I have studied the quest given us to us closely, and I have come to the conclusion that there is only one option. This is a classic case of finding the right clues sprinkled throughout the witnesses' testimonies and piecing them together correctly. The townsfolk, the wizards, the familiars. They'll all have different conflicting information, and we'll need to collect and untangle it to see all the whole picture. But to achieve that, we need to be charismatic enough to get the truth out of them. And for those who still refuse to talk to us out of fear or guilt, we need to activate our stealth powers, find those hidden clues ourselves. Also, we should be quick so they can't destroy any evidence. I can offer you some of your golden feathers. They do come with a sweet aftertaste of haste. That way you should be able to make it to Zophid much quicker. Great idea! Change his name to John. I think you underestimate the severity of the situation. What would you suggest instead, John? I agree with the stealth part. We could use a hint of dexterity to make sure we remain unseen for as long as possible. But I do believe our focus should be on overpowering whoever is responsible for this. If they're making familiars disappear, they won't be interested in a discussion. Not a fair one, at least. We should fight first, ask questions later. Ever so much the fighter, I see. When it's necessary. If you're itching for a fight, may I recommend fresh phoenix chilies? Some fire resistance could be a big advantage against wizards or familiars. Whether a fireball or fire breath, you wouldn't want to walk in unprepared. Does Andu have fire breath? Technically yes, but he's usually too lazy to use it. It helps a bunch with roasting marshmallows though. I'd love to try Andu's marshmallows. I'm just going to leave that there. I'm not touching that. I'll see if I can set something up for you when you return. Thank you. I think some s'mores could also help convince those familiars to help us. That's ridiculous. A dagger would be far more convincing. I think both could work. Innkeeper, what do you think? They definitely need a bit of dexterity for sneaking around. What should they pair it with? Haste for a quick arrival. Oh no, hang on. wrong attitude. Haste for a quick arrival and charisma for smooth talking. Or pure strength and some fire resistance. Let me think about it. Oh, it's another one of these choices. So far, not been doing too great with the choices. We've lost Uncle Dragon. We've killed off Evelyn. I think we go for charisma this time, maybe? Maybe we go charisma. We want three crowns. 3 crowns and a bit of swiftiness. So, crown and swift. What is crown and swift? That one. None of them. Not even that one. I don't know how to make it. It would be 1 swift. 1 or 2 swift. Okay. So what is 3 crowns? That one. 1 swift. We could do 1,000 wins. We could do that. I think that's probably our better option. Yeah, we'll do 1,000 wins because it's 1 swift. Well, yeah, and then the crown, but it's also defense. And hopefully that'll help them. So we'll do 1,000 wins, but I need the infusion that gives us the foot, the haste. So who gives us golden feather? Okay, we can do a golden feather. Yeah. Golden feather goes in. So we have one. We have one. So we need two. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we can do 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. So, couple of those. 2. Okay. And then the rest in charisma. 1, 2. 1,000 wins? 1,000 wins. Thanks, Andy. Okay. We'll go for that. We'll see what happens. I think this case needs a delicate hand. The best detective work is achieved through clever conversation. Ha! You're spot on. I guess this is how I die. Don't be so pessimistic. My drinks have your back. Do you think you're prepared to solve this case, detective? Yes. With your help, we'll complete this quest with haste. We'll be back soon. Good luck, guys. Best of snooping. Because they had a drink, I'm going to take a drink. I should go with them to pick up that sheepfish. Oh, before they disappear into the night. Don't forget to sing him a lullaby. Rufus or John? Rufus. Right, obviously. I'm gonna go now. Have fun, Fable. Bye. Oh, end of day? Or night? Oh, no. Chrissy again. Hi, Chris. See? Innkeeper. Chrissy, glad to see you're all right. Likewise, good to see you and the tavern are unharmed. It's quite the disaster out there. And I'm just passing through. Don't have time to stay for long. Need to check on the cottage and the birds. And Fable. I'm sure everything is as it is. The canopies of the grove are sturdy after all. Which is why I choose to make it my home. That and the landscape. I hope your trip was nice at least. Oh, it was. It felt good to recharge and refill the creative juices. We walked a lot. Actually, almost mopped out the whole island. We also hiked to the foot of the Berean Ridge, where the auras touched the peaks. I heard the view is quite remarkable. It was. I'd never seen anything like it before. It was the first time I got to catch a glimpse of them. Also caught a glimpse of the infamous Banshee. Everyone told us to avoid the lonely lagoon because of her, but it's too beautiful to ignore. I doubt the Banshee means any harm. Everyone yearns for a friend after all, even scary creatures. It gets lonely as monsters sometimes. Everyone is scared of you. But people shouldn't be. No one can choose who they're born as. We should accept them as they are. I have a few patrons who'd really appreciate hearing that. Then I'd be happy to meet them. Speaking of which, I got you something. Oh. Remember the nymphs from when we last spoke? I do. I met one at the art convention. She was selling little homemade trinkets. Trinkets! I remembered our conversation and got you this. Oh, it's pretty. Wonder what that looks like. Oh, I thought you might appreciate it. I do. Thank you. It'll certainly always have a special place in my heart knowing it came from you. Oh, you're such a sweet talker, but you can't trick me into giving me my name. What would I want names? Nothing good, that's for sure. But for realsies, I have to leave now. I've been gone for too long. See you around, Innkeep. See you around, Chrissy. And take care of yourself. Always. Bye, Chrissy. Oh. I have no idea what a voice like this would be. Buyer, good to see you again. Been a while. Yes, a while. A while. 6,000 years. More like 2 months. Oh, I thought I had hibernated longer. You hibernated at this time of year? It was for the Bloom Tide Festival. It happens near my swamp every year during the dreaming moon. Druids and bards join together in search of the moon pools for 2 whole weeks. They dance, they laugh, they scatter pretty little flowers everywhere. They hope if they can satiate the land, it will lead them to the reflection of the cosmos. You mean the set of mythical lakes that's said to reflect all of the 7 moons at once? Yes, ever since the Twilight Chasm portal opened up within them a mere 30 years ago, travellers have become increasingly obsessed with bathing in their beauty. Such festivities sound exciting. No! They are loud with their songs, and they're arguing about getting lost in the endless maze of the marshes. And they walk around with torches of burning ember that they swing too close to my precious vines. Why would you bring fire into a swamp? It is a little rude. Exactly. You know, I tried to join them one time. Their dainty flowers intrigued me, and I snuck up to them, dressed in my prettiest poison ivy adorned with thorns of the undying trees. And you know what they did? What? They chased me away, oh my gosh, with their fiery brooms, chanting "Demon, be gone!" from the top of their tiny lungs. So now I hibernate every dreaming moon. That way I don't have to listen to their jolly tunes. Oh dear. Right, okay. So we have somebody who definitely doesn't want to be anything. I don't want it to chase them out of your home. But then I'm like, don't give them another chance. I don't know. Maybe you should give them another chance. I don't think this is gonna work though, Innkeep. But maybe you should chase them out of your home. But it's a ritual. Maybe, I don't know. Give them another chance. Very few Gaians are familiar with the creatures of the bogs. Only with the stories about their bone-crushing teeth. What's wrong with bone-crushing teeth? They think you might want to crush their bones with them. That's true. But that would be so rude. They don't think that way. But I think if they got to know you, they'd like you a lot. After all, you make the best flower crowns in all of Gaia, maybe even all of Asteria. Those sound perfect for a festival. You might be... hang on. Other person. You might be right. Maybe I'll greet them with some flower crowns next year. I could even open up a seasonal flower crown store. I'd definitely buy one. Don't know what that noise is. But right now I'm awake and thirsty. Do you have swamp water on the menu today? I'm all out, sorry. Too bad. Something else then. Oh, I know. Do you have those drinks that make you feel like an itsy bitsy spider? I want to feel fast and dangly. In fact, I still do. Give me one moment. Fast and dangly? What's fat? Oh, it's just Swift Strike again. Swifty, Swift. Nah, I think it's just Swift Strike. Yeah, if it's 3 in, yeah. Somebody else is going to enjoy Swift Strike. Apart from Fable. One of you. And one of you. And 1, 2, and 3. Swift Strike. Off it goes. And because the other character is forgotten her name, because they are, yeah, we'll have a sip. A spider's, oh sorry, it's me. A spider's agility in a cup, just for you. Where's the mouse? Wherever left it. Let's move it off the way. Fire. Oh, delicious. I feel like I could scale any spider web and devour any fly. Thank you, innkeeper. What woke you up from your slumber anyhow? Was it the stars falling from the sky? The night sky fell into my dirt hut. It burned my favourite weeping willow to bits. I am replanting it into many small, sniffling willows. They are feasting upon the ashes of the stars that tried to extinguish them. It's a powerful nutrient. Sounds tasty. After all the trees and winds and pillbugs calmed down, I had planned to go back to sleep. All that calamity made me awfully tired. But then I saw this creature standing between the tree lines, staring at me with its glowing eyes, like it wanted to consume me. So you said hello? So I said hello. Turns out it was scared, not hungry. Who was it? A young lichen. He was sent my way by his niece and little Fable. I miss Fable. They're usually here. Where are they? If I had to guess, probably pet sitting a sheepfish and helping out whoever needs it. Ah, they are so sweet. They sent the lichen to me for a cure. I once spoke of an ancient recipe I discovered that I thought might cure the affliction. Can it? No, it was just a recipe for a really good tea. Let me guess, ginger? Yes. He was very distraught that I couldn't help him. Didn't even want any tea. I tried to cheer him up by offering him some coupons for my new spa, but he didn't want those either. His fur could have used a wash. I didn't know you opened a spa. It's new. I wanted to share my flowers and mud and pools with everybody. so we can all look beautiful together. That sounds wonderful, Bear. I agree. Can I leave some of my coupons here? Of course, yes. No questions. Thank you. Please hand them out to all your customers. I will happily share this fantastic offer with them. Little happy smile. You could also just come here more often and hand them out yourself. Sorry for the bird. But there's no one else here. There's a magpie outside. Except the jackdaw. Yeah, I've got a bird as well. Do you want a coupon, little creature? I will leave one in your nest. No one's here because it's almost closing time, Buyer. You'll have to come by earlier during the day or earlier in the evening or during events. But there will be people here. Yes, I believe that's the point. Oh, too scary. I shall go now. Don't forget to hand out my coupons. Will do. Oh, that was a fun character. I like her. End of day! Yay! And blow out the wind. And blow out the candle. The wind blows out the candle is what I was trying to say, but anyway. We made it to episode 10, Twin Flames. And it's raining again. Where? Is that the sheepfish? Hey! Hello, Jade. Hey, innkeeper. Hello. It's been a while since I've seen you around. A whole week, to be exact. And you already miss me. A little. Cute. I got my hands on a job all the way over in Deria. It seemed like something relatively easy but well paid. Or like something too good to be true. Not this time. Apparently the farmer just wanted it to be done quickly, so she offered a higher than average rate. Sounds like easy money. Yeah, I wish. You know, I think I could use a drink first. Something that'll bring back my usual speed and agility. I feel like this job drained me of all my energy. Only if I get to hear the rest of the story. Sounds like a good deal to me. Something to bring... I missed that. Something to bring back agility and... swift. Speed and agility. Oh, keep doing that, don't I? Speed and agility. Isn't that just... That's just Swift Strike again. Yeah, it's just those three. Three in the Swift. Nothing else has got 3 unless I do an infusion. But that's already complicated enough. So yeah, I think it's just Swift Strike. So, 1 in defense, 1 in int, and then the rest in Swift. 1, 2. There's probably an achievement for doing like all the items, but we'll get there. Hopefully, maybe. And because Jade's having a drink, I'm gonna have a drink. Let's hope this suits your tastes. Your drinks never disappoint. I'm glad to hear. I can definitely feel my senses coming back to me. I made you a drink. Now it's your turn. Tell me about your latest job. Fine. Deal's a deal. I told you, the client's a farmer, right? She has a large flock of 2-headed sheep. Apparently that darn starfall damaged their barn and they somehow managed to break out of their enclosure. I didn't think they were that clever, honestly. Must have been the two brains. Probably. Anyways, they got out right before their shearing appointment, and of course the farmer needed to get them back in time. Especially considering the rumours surrounding Derry at the moment. Seems like a dangerous place nowadays. Apparently an unusual amount of cattle have been going missing these last few weeks. So, local folks have been keeping a closer eye on their locks and fences. Ooh, in a rumour. Of course, the farmer wanted her sheep to be safe, so she hired someone to bring her animals back. That someone being you. Obviously. I thought to myself, I'm a monster hunter. Handling animals is basically my job. I'd say a monster hunter is rather known for, well, hunting instead of handling. That was exactly the issue. Do you know how stubborn two-headed sheep are? Let me guess, they're twice as stubborn as one-headed sheep? You got it. They're impossible to get moving, impossible to startle. One head might be eating, but the other one is always watching you. But you did it, right? I suspect you wouldn't be here if you hadn't finished the job. You're absolutely correct. I was at my wit's end. Imagine having fought hundreds, if not thousands of beasts. And some sheep are the one enemy you can't win against. Sounds like an incredibly humbling experience. It was, trust me. But luckily, I got some help. Another adventurer saw me struggling and offered her assistance and knowledge. Or should I say, a retired adventurer. Oh? Yeah, she was very insistent on that label. Some kind of astral thin folk. Must have lost her arm a while ago. Oh no. Back to the sheep. She told me there's apparently one thing that gets their full attention. You got any guesses on what that magical tool might be? I have no... Oh, here we go. Clovers! Morning dew clovers, to be precise. They go absolutely feral for them. A few will make them follow every single one of your commands. But someone with your experience should know that, innkeeper. Why do I get the feeling I'm about to be jumped? Do you two know each other? Barely. Ah! Keep your secrets then. Oh, so mysterious, innkeeper. Wanted to buy her a drink after she helped me out back there. Didn't expect you two to be best friends, honestly. Best friends? I think you got that one wrong, Jade. I'd never befriend someone like them. I have taste. Well, that was unnecessarily rude of you, Una. You didn't even consider my feelings. Consider me sorry, innkeep. Apology accepted. Speaking of taste, what about your drinks? I know you've always liked experimenting with potions and other suspicious liquids. Looks like you finally made it, huh? Indeed. I think I got the hang of it. Then, what are you waiting for? Your old rival is waiting for a drink. Preferably one that will restore my energy. Those sheep made my old bones all wobbly. I don't like feeling so weak. Got you. Let's see what that old magic has to offer. Don't worry, they might not look like it, but their drinks are actually really good. I bet. I'll just take that as a compliment, I suppose. Strong. Strong. They want to be strong. So, we're looking for the sword down here. Let's have a quick flick. We have Sailor's Courage. Sailor's Courage would be good. That might be good for Una or Southern Brawler. I think we go Sailor's Courage. Let's try that one. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need something. We need the infusion, which will give us... Oh yeah, that's minus on the sword. We made that mistake before. Did we do chilies before? That gives us plus plus. We went for the feathers, so we get 1 pluses in both of those, and then we just add 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what I think we did. So we've now got 1 in Swift, 1 in Charisma, so we don't need to worry about them. We want 1 in Defense, and then the rest in the sword. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Sailor's Courage. Thanks, Andu. And because Una's got a drink, I'll take a drink. There she goes. She's trying it. Oh, wow. Impressed? Don't get cocky now. You don't have to be shy. You can just admit I've improved. So, Una, Jade tells me you're retired now. Had enough of the adventuring business? Absolutely. I don't want to have anything to do with that anymore. I've completed enough quests for at least 2 lifetimes. And yet you decided to help Jade. Ever had to handle a 2-headed sheep? Not yet. Lucky you. Lucky indeed. I just couldn't watch her struggle with those stubborn beasts any longer. This was a one-time exception. Did the farmer pay accordingly after your morning dew clover's magic trick? Oh, absolutely. She was so happy she gratefully paid both of us. That's good to hear. She even tipped us with some gems she supposedly found in one of her fields. But I'm a Mahida. I don't have any use for stones like those. And since I'm retired, I couldn't care less about material riches. So we figured we'd give them to you instead. Me? But I wouldn't tell that pretentious blonde dragon priestess if I were you. It feels like a blasphemous gift. Oh, citron infusion. Ah, divine gems. A little blasphemous indeed. I think I know just the right way to use them. Thank you. Don't mention it. Now that we're done here, I can finally get back to crocheting for the rest of my life. Didn't get this hook put in for nothing. It's a crochet hook. It's a crochet hook. I just realised. Of course, I only occasionally rip some youngsters off while playing cards. Oh, information locked. I haven't lost a card yet. I haven't lost a game in at least 4 decades. I've lost the accent. I'm so sorry. I don't know where her voice has gone. That's remarkable. Or impossible for someone who's only playing fair. I think your lucky streak will end with me today. I've also never lost a card game in at least a decade. Are you challenging me to a duel? Absolutely. And whoever loses has to pay for the next round of drinks. That's the spirit. I like you, bounty hunter. But don't come crying to me after I annihilate you. I don't know where that accent was going. My gosh. I'm just going to stop trying. Just stop trying that one. That didn't work. She went very southern for a second there. Ah, you wish. Oh, which one am I? Who am I warning? Who do I warn the girl I'm flirting with? Do I warn the person who's like my Oh no. These decisions are getting harder. Oh, whoever I warn is the other one's gonna hate me. Oh, Jade, be on guard. No one's gonna listen to me anyway. You're worried about me? Cute. I just know for a fact that Una is a master at cheating. I doubt that's changed. So you're saying you've lost against her? More than once, yes. Pathetic. Hey, are you talking about me? I'm really gonna have to stop doing the accent, I can't. Listen, Inkeep, if your opponent is obviously cheating like she was, you can't beat them fair and square. You gotta beat them at cheating. Now, watch how a real master does it. And time changed. Gently Giant. Oh my gosh! Have we finally got a himbo? Good day. I have returned, Innkeeper. Welcome back, Miss Anwar, and welcome. This brave adventurer's name is Claymore. He offered unexpected support during my quest. I'm happy to hear that. Thank you so much on behalf of, the world. Yes, of course, the world, Mr. Clay. You don't need to do the whole Mr. thing. Just Clay is alright with me. Otherwise, it sounds so formal. Like talking to one of those graph people. Oh, you wouldn't want to be one of those. Clay, is it then? Can I offer you both a drink in exchange for the story of how you two met? Or maybe I do a deeper voice for Clay. That would be a fun trade. Right, Tia? No, that's too... I can't do deep voices. I think I would welcome it as well. Then what can I get you? Clay, please, go ahead. Oh my, you've got a lot of stuff on the menu. How about one of those drinks with ingredients? You look strong. How about something extra for those muscles? That sounds nice. Let's go with that. 1 minute. I can't do the voice. I'm going to have to practice, I think. Something strong. Strong for the strong man. What was there was something like a citron that's been given, yeah. Blessed with the divine magic of the dragons, adventurers will have a much better chance of fighting the undead or any other unholy creatures. Or any creatures, really. Oh, okay. Oh yes, we have new information, new people. So we knew a bit about Kyle. The curse of being a vampire is outliving pretty much everyone you'll ever meet. Oh yes, a fight with abandonment issues. He's lonely, yeah. Cool. Archie, we've met Archie. He's a he, him. We've met Skelly, he, him. Una is a she, her. Clay, he, him. Baya's a she, they. Melly, she, her. Lovely. Okay. We want something strong. Maybe we just go Southern Brawler. I mean, that's literally as strong as you can get. We'll go strong. We'll go Southern Brawler. So, one of those. I was trying to do a deep voice, but I can't do deep voices. Maybe I keep with the deep voice, but he's just gonna have a deep voice with this accent. I don't know where this accent's going. And because Clay's got a drink, I'll take a drink. Try this. I think it might knock your socks off. This tastes strong and magic-y, but my socks are still on. He is a himbo. Still, I love it. I'll have to remember this one for next time. What is it called? Don't worry. I'll remember it for you. Thank you. No, it's me. Now, Miss Anwar, what would you like? I need some of that liquid vigilance. Even in here, it's important to stay on guard. Wouldn't this be the right time to relax? There is no such time. Alright, then I shall aid you on your divine mission of not falling asleep standing. What shall we make? What are we making? 3 in the defence. So, yeah, we could do first snow. Swifty. Yeah, I like that one. Right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we need to find something that's those two. Was it the... Yeah, it was the Swifty, the feathers. So I've already got one in there, one in there. We just need one more Swift. Yes. So that's 2 in the Swift, and then all the way down in the defence. Look, look, look. There. First snow. Thanks, Andrew. Have a drink. Oh, yes, let's have it. Let's have another drink. Mm. Mm. Oh, let's have some of that. It'll coat the throat nicely. Some liquid vigilance diluted with some delicious secret ingredients. Enjoy. I could do with something less diluted, but you're right. It's delicious. Happy to hear that. Do we get to tell the story now? Please, go ahead. You think I should start with the seashells? No, I think some exposition is in order first. As you already know, Innkeeper, I plan to start my investigation right here in Zenith, specifically at the local Gaia temple. So I've been told. Mostly about that wobbling ooze. Ah, yes, that was certainly something. Unfortunately, besides their fascinating personal secrets, they had nothing of value to share with me. But, fortunately, thanks to your rumours, I was not entirely without a lead. The wizard's prophecy led me to Dalwell. Or should I say, the Abandoned Isle, or Fairweather. The name changes depending on whom you ask. Oh, I didn't know it had that many names. I always just called it Kelpie Island. Why? Because it's shaped like one. Probably the smartest approach. Kelpie Island, or Fairweather, its name means very little to me. Its local settlement of Fae was much more relevant. They built everything into a giant sequoia that holds their portal to Avalon. Their portal is in the tree? Yes, right in its centre. They call it the Horizon Tree. It's beautiful. The Fae themselves were moderately helpful. It was difficult to get them to focus on the severity of the situation, and I was pretty sure they were preparing some sort of morbid ritual with the acorns that they were stringing up between rose bushes in an asymmetrical shape. Oh, I always thought those were art projects. Common misconception. It sounds more like they were preparing to charge them with astral moonlight. For what? If you freeze them, they make good ice cubes. Do you participate in such practices? Not at the moment. I'm just not going to question that. Eventually I got them to sit still long enough to ask them about any strange occurrences around their settlement. Did they understand your definition of strange? After some explanation. They told me about how recently an astral humpback whale had rampaged through one of their nearby scouting camps, just 2 days before the stars fell. They said it seemed like it was running from something, and that it was full of seething fury. They also claimed it to be a good sign because it promised adventure. Well, they weren't wrong. They're right. It did lead us on an adventure. But I don't know if they hoped it'd wipe out the entire night sky. No one would hope for that. Well, someone clearly did. They weren't wrong about it being a sign of a change of pace, is all I'm saying. The exact definition is subject to personal convictions. It certainly was a sign of something being awry, and I was determined to get to the bottom of it. So, naturally, I made my way to nearby Carapace Beach and prepared a celestial summoning ritual under the young astral moon. For the humpback whale, I suppose. What else would I be summoning? I thought maybe you wanted to ask Cassiopeia for her input. Are you out of your mind? The Realm Keepers have a sworn divine oath of neutrality that prevents them from directly interfering with the simple world of us mortals. The full might of their powers could disrupt the delicate balance of their cosmic design. Right. Sorry. It slipped my mind. You are forgiven. As I was preparing the ritual, readying myself to confront the troublemaker, I suddenly found myself being interrupted by a strange request. That was me. I asked her if she needed any more seashells. Did she? I did, actually. Pairing dragonhead tritons and glimmering limpet shells can heighten the dual aspect of the celestial twins, therefore making the connection to the astral sea more stable. Obviously. I hadn't managed to find a limpet shell, and one happened to be among his offerings. Honestly, just thought she was decorating the beach, and I thought she could do with more colour. You went wrong, in a way. Sadly, the shells burned up during the ritual. Singed Tia's hands too. Just a little. Tia? Where do you get Tia from? Tia? Elatia? Am I saying her name wrong? Is her name Elatia? And he's calling her Tia. And why is he crying? Oh, because of his hands. Just a little. Fortunately, I possess spectacular healing capacities. Fortunate indeed. Were you collecting seashells for beach decorating or your very own ritual clay? I was collecting them for my friends. At this time of year, Kelpie Island is full of all kinds of sparkling floating animals from the astral sea. And they love munching on seashells. Do you encounter these creatures a lot? I try to. They're very nice. Clay can talk to animals. Gaia's blessings rest upon him. Oh, you're full of surprises. That's fantastic. It is. Though I'm not always sure they like listening to me. They tend to disappear sooner or later. Sometimes they come back, but often they don't. I think maybe I accidentally say things that upset them without realising it, and they think I mean to hurt them. I hate them when that happens. You mean they just disappear like they were never there? Yes, like they moved to a different, quieter beach. Or like they returned to the astral sea. I feel like they would tell me if they went back home. Not necessarily. Many Astrian creatures can traverse the plains at will, but they don't always have control over when they return. On many occasions, the astral currents pull them back home before they're ready. And once you're swept up in them, each subsequent journey out becomes more and more difficult. Also, I've been told. Innkeeper. I would guess your friends either went home when you weren't there, or they got pulled back before they had a chance to say goodbye. So you're saying the sea swallowed them? Not quite. It just beckoned them home, through a celestial hug of sorts. So that means I could visit them in the astral sea. That would be an incredible undertaking. Travelling between planes is quite hazardous. It is, but echoes are from the primordial sea, and my family has lived here for quite a while, I think. They must have gotten here somehow. They say it was much simpler to traverse between planes once. But for a long time it has been almost impossible without complicated and dangerous rituals. Until recently, the astral sea was the only possible way to pass through the barrier. And accessing it required meticulous planning, not to mention the sea tends to come with more risks than rewards. Even your Astrian friends who can choose to leave their home plane on a whim get pulled back by the currents eventually. Imagine what would happen to you if you went in unprepared. But the Fae on Kelpie Island aren't from Gaia either, and they told me they haven't lived here for very long. Since the 5 interplanar portals opened up, interplanar travel has become a lot more accessible again. At least when it comes to the dream planes. But even the astral and primordial seas, not to mention are finally open to us again after all these years. It is a true miracle to witness in our lifetimes. So the portals haven't always been there? Oh, I didn't know that. Who put them there? Well, that is a very good question. And one that would blow the scope of this conversation beyond its bounds, I would think. You still have to tell me how you summoned that whale. You're right, we're getting off track. As Clay and I talked, he told me about his fascinating friendships with the astral creatures, and his ability to speak with animals as if they share a language. So you asked him for help? Well, he offered his aid. I certainly could have handled it on my own, but you didn't have to. Right. That's obviously. Thank you very much, Clay. Any time. So I summoned it. The ritual worked exceptionally well, and it appeared out of the sky in a wave of concerning darkness. Stars used to accompany them. I mean, there was one star. There was. The whale was even bigger than I had anticipated, almost as tall as the horizon tree. And in its stomach rested a great sun, the only star of the night sky whose light had not been extinguished, nestled right in its belly. Well, that sounds... does it sound beautiful or unhealthy? I think it sounds beautiful. It was, in a way. The star wasn't the thing to worry about, though. The whale didn't look at all happy about being summoned. Instead, it looked like a wounded animal that was one loud noise away from lashing out. And it looked sick. The translucent skin was grey, like it was frozen from the coldest of the highest mountains or the deepest depths. Its eyes were pale, almost blind, with no warmth within them. I thought for a brief second, we must fight this beast before it consumes us and everything in its path. But when I looked over at Clay, I saw a deep understanding in his eyes, like he wasn't seeing a monster but a friend. So I stayed quiet, knowing that whatever he knew outweighed my fear. You knew what it needed, Clay? Not completely, but I knew that look in its eyes. That feeling when you're so scared you get angry, when you want to fight, because you're terrified you won't be able to flee. So I kneeled to show that I didn't mean it any harm, and I held up my last conch shell in my hands. It took a moment to overcome the instinct to mistrust, but then it picked the shell up gently and ate it. I saw the conch freeze as it was swallowed. It looked painful. Wanting to comfort the whale, I reached out and carefully put my hands against its cheek. I wanted it to know it wasn't alone. I'm sure it needed that. It did. It was so sad it cried tears of golden dust. Its tears turned to ice, before they even hit the ground. It's at that moment I realised its body had been cursed with a potent frostbite. I knew it did not trust me yet, so I did what I previously would have not thought possible. Through a hand on Clay's shoulder and the magic of your drink, I was able to briefly transfer my magic onto Clay, allowing him to cure it of its disease. He kissed it on the forehead, and the ice burned away, freeing it of the endless chill. It was quite sweet. It's one lucky whale, and one unusual effect of that infusion. Is that not usually possible? Inspiration is a fickle thing. Such magic is deeply personal and differs from person to person. I always enjoy seeing how others imagine supports to look like. Tio's support was very helpful. I'd hope so. Once it was free of pain, the whale was ready to talk to us. I asked what had happened, and it told me about fighting some sort of evil creature on 2 legs. A creature on 2 legs, so humanoid then? We assume. It turns out whales don't care much about our appearances. It cared more about the things being thrown at it. What a mean way to approach a whale. Apparently it swallowed some kind of stone, could only remember its black and white colour, and that it tasted horrible. But it thought, I have a strong digestive thing, it's nothing to worry about. Rookie mistake. The 2-legged monster just wouldn't stop attacking, so it fled as quickly as it could, trying to find its way home. It really felt bad about destroying the camp. I get why. The worst part of being angry is seeing the wreckage you leave behind. Tia, do you ever get angry? No, I am the embodiment of calmness and self-discipline. Where I come from, they call that repression. You forgot divinity. Thank you, I did. Luckily, its anger subsided when it found its way back. It thought it was finally safe, but suddenly this freezing cold began. I don't mind the cold much. I'm from the Highlands, and we get a lot of snow in the winter. But the kind of cold it was describing sounded awful. Painful, inescapable, like it was freezing from the inside out. The potent frostbite I mentioned, it seemed to curse too cold and slowly spread throughout its entire body. It tried to keep itself warm by feeding on solar crabs and cosmic squid, but that didn't help much. It just kept getting more scared and angrier and colder, until even its brain was freezing over. It couldn't think of anything other than the cold. So, in its desperation, it ate the hottest thing it could find. A star. A star, a giant one at that. It looked deceptively small, contained within its body. But apparently it was one of the biggest ones the night sky had to offer, the East Star. It ate Pharos, the guiding star of the endless sea? It did, and it helped. It kept its frostbite at bay, even if it did not eradicate it. But as you can imagine, such a massive star disappearing did not have the most desirable effect on the astral sea's delicate balance of gravity. Oh yeah, I can imagine that. The whale was very confused about what had happened. But it said all the stars around it suddenly started to fall and spin out of place. They crashed into each other, causing more and more destruction with each passing moment. I didn't understand everything it described, but it sounded bad. To label it as bad would be quite the understatement. The falling stars ripped holes in Cassiopeia's wings. To think that just one hungry creature could break the entire balance of the universe. It was hurt and scared. It should have endured, instead of hurting others. It was alone. It didn't know all that would happen. Oh my gosh, okay. Choices. So, it can count itself lucky you were there to help. It didn't. I'm sure it tried its best. I'm just taking a drink. These voices are really... I didn't expect them to go on this long. Its best wasn't good enough. The whale isn't responsible for the horrible things that were done to it. We should celebrate that you were able to help it, instead of blaming it for its pain. I think so too. Did you also manage to free the star in its stomach? No, the frostbite might be gone, but that star is part of it now. It has become the first of a new kind, a sun humpback whale. And probably the last one too, as all the stars in the astral sea have been snuffed out. We will never be able to see the night sky again, and in turn, that whale must forever live with its guilt nestled in its stomach. You're right. Some things are forever changed now. That's kind of the point of disasters. But perhaps the star doesn't stand for shame, but the pride of its survival. We shouldn't be sad that most are gone, but happy that one managed to make it through. Besides, we may have lost the night sky's starry companions, but it managed to gain 2 new friends. Even the worst of situations can lead you to light sometimes. I like that. You never should be sad about finding new friends. Speaking of friends, on the way we ran into this travelling souvenir shop. I brought friendship bracelets for Tia and I with little whale charms on them. But she didn't want to wear them just yet, so I'm waiting until she's ready. It's very nice of you. Right, Tia? They're a hazard for fights and could get caught in things. Sure, I'm looking forward to see how they look with your armour. Tia also found something for you at the souvenir shop. Trinket. She said it reminded her of your tavern. And now that I've seen it in person, I agree. And now I'm curious, what is it? A mosaic? What did I miss something? Oh, is it in the window? I think. Maybe. trying to see what's different. I think it's the thing in the window. Yeah, maybe. Ah, that's a very pretty mosaic. The shopkeeper told us a little bit about it. Supposedly, this piece of art represents a new beginning after a hard-fought battle. Kind of like the rise of a sun humpback whale. That's very fitting. Thank you. It's here. They've put hunchback on its humpback. So, Tia, aren't you glad Clay was there to help you? Clay, aren't you glad Tia was there to help you? Oh my gosh, who am I asking? I think I have more of a relationship with Tia, weirdly. Tia, aren't you glad Clay was there to help you? I suppose I am. You really are? Oh, sorry, hang on. You really are? You are surprisingly competent. Perhaps one might even say I could not have done this entirely without you. If one was to be extreme about it. I think someone like you could do anything alone if you put your mind to it. But that doesn't mean you should have to. I'm always happier when doing difficult things if I have help from other people. Excuse me? Well said, Clay. Stellar teamwork, you two. Keep it up. Will do. Much more importantly, clearly our quest was not successful. What are you talking about? You cured the sun humpback whale. You found out why the stars fell. You even made new friends. What more could you want? We still haven't the slightest idea who caused all this. An angry voice. An angry humanoid figure? And that is who, exactly? Well, we can rule out you, me, and the innkeeper. We can rule out you and me. Ouch. No hard feelings. I believe you're innocent, but sometimes evil hides in plain sight. One must not be led astray. I understand. Paranoia is a hard habit to break. Clearly, someone orchestrated this. Seems too random and methodical to have been an accidental side effect. I must find out what hides in the darkness. If something like this happens again, it could end in a calamity the likes of which we have never seen before. Ah, don't worry too much about it, girlie. This is just kind of how oblivions are around here. I wouldn't call this just another oblivion. How often have you seen stars fall from the sky? 0 times. I was asleep when it happened, and now that it's over, there goes my chance of ever witnessing a supreme meteor shower. You should not wish to witness such horrors. Some horrors are fun to look at. Listen, love, when I was your age, I used to worry about stuff like this all the time. This weirdo over here did too. We did it all at one time or another. But I know from experience that making such a fuss about it won't get you anywhere. These bite-sized calamities are part of the natural order of things. From chaos to balance, to chaos and back again to balance, everything just switches around in a never-ending cycle. Sure, it's good to keep an eye out, but you don't have to give yourself an aneurysm over it. Just pick up a quest if it worries you, and follow the natural flow of the universe. That way, if you're lucky, you'll end up retired like me. Such a leisurely attitude only leads to failure. And, even then, someone is always going to save the world in the end. And that someone is going to be me. Oh, the youth. Anyway, old enemy, got another drink for me? I'm running dry. Anytime, Una. Are you still running low on energy? How about another strong one? You got it. Oh, what did we give her before? A strong one. Let's go get a strong one for her. So, I think it's just going to be a Southern Brawler, isn't it? Yes. We'll do a Southern Brawler. What happened to it? Draw rest. No. This time I'm about to use that eraser. Southern Brawler. Here we go. Draw a recipe. It's been a long time. There's one. There's the other. And then this one. I'll take another break when it's end of this chapter. There we are. There we go. Southern Brawler. Thank you, Andy. Much appreciated. And because Una's having a drink, I'll have a drink. Something strong for the most strong-headed lady I know. Weird way to admit you've lost every argument against me. This drink is splendid, I'll give you that. See, with one of these, your worries will be washed away with flavour. Good or bad, depends on the day. I find your apathy borders on tragedy. And I find your hero complex unsustainable. Remember, kiddo, they don't build those statues for folks who are alive. Who cares about statues? My purpose is my purpose, and I don't care who immortalises me. No one's purpose is to die, girl. Life is much more meaningful than that. Anyway, my purpose is winning the cards right now. Good luck with your delusions. I apologise on her behalf. It's fine. Tyr, are you dying? No. She was purely speaking in a hypothetical. I'm not sure I know what that means, but it does sound like it could damage your armour. But you know, maybe we should listen to her advice, at least a little bit. My granny always said, with age comes the priceless wisdom of mistakes. I think your grandmother's advice would be much more helpful than whatever a failed hero has to say. You think retirement is failure? One's post should never be abandoned. If you can still serve this world, you should. Not sure if that's bleak or inspiring. The latter. It's not. She was right about one thing, though. The past is full of terrible disasters that were prevented. Which means that this too could have been attempted before, if not very successfully. Knowledge of something so vile must be scarce and well guarded, maybe even abandoned. I've never come across anything like this anywhere in the Aperture's library. Granted, the Aperture has only been standing for a little over 2 decades now. Its library can't be that vast. Many of the Order's books were relocated to the new stronghold. But I do believe that we don't currently harbour the knowledge I seek. For that, other avenues must be explored. What are you considering? Oh, we could ask anyone we come across until we find someone who knows something. Good idea, but that would take far too long. I think we should look for the Everbloom archives. Is that a book club? An ancient one. Everbloom was one of the great 7 Mahidian archives. The Gaian one, to be specific. Legend has it, there used to be one on each plane, even to act, the plane of the dead. They were once filled with all the knowledge of the cosmos and grew in size every day, thanks to their fearless archivists. Hang on, wait. We know an archivist. But then they fell to an unknown foe and have been lost to time ever since. I believe one of them could hold the answers we seek. Innkeeper, do you perhaps know where to find this archive? Nope, not much of a librarian, unfortunately. Disappointing. Everbloom. But you could keep an eye out for it, right? You could ask all the scholarly people that pass through here. Of course, I can do that. Perhaps you can start by asking that bounty hunter, once she's done gambling all her money away. You could ask her yourself. I would rather not. I'll take that terrible task off your hands then. Wonderful. You don't need more than a day to take care of this, right? I could do with a little more time. Nonsense. We don't have more time. I need your full commitment on this, innkeeper. This is very short notice. As are disasters, typically, hence the vigilance. I shall return to a fully prepared quest tomorrow morning. Okay. In the meantime, you should rest. Don't be ridiculous. I have things to do, people to help, prayers to consult. Una was right. A good night's sleep could do wonders for you. I could even offer you some coupons to a beautiful swamp spa. Fine, I'll take 1 or 2, though they won't be put to much use. If I rest now, who will this world have faith in? I shall see you tomorrow. It's always nice to see burnout happening in real time. Don't worry, I'll go with her and make her some soup. Soup always helps me when I have a headache, and it looked like she had a big one. Do you want some soup as well? Oh yes, please. Yeah, I would love soup. Good soup. I'll bring some by tomorrow. Do you have any allergies? Always asking about allergies. You're so conscientious. No, thank you, Clay. Anytime. Then the recipe will be a surprise. Have a superb day. I'll take some of those coupons too. Wonderful. Talking through everything really helped. Thank you. I'm happy to hear that. Where's the music gone? The music's disappeared. I hope you held on to those seashells. Catching up with some astral friends might make you feel a little better. Actually, I was thinking I could use the shells to make some friendship bracelets for Tia and I. I want to carve them into stars. I think that sometimes you have to make something beautiful out of the things that hurt you. Otherwise, you're left with anger that has nowhere to go. Do you like being angry? No, I don't. Me personally, no. No. Me neither. But we all get angry sometimes. It's not the most fun, but it's important. Never getting angry doesn't solve anything either. It just makes you feel smaller and smaller until people no longer see you as someone they need to think about. At least they're not scared of you. Anger doesn't make you any more of a monster than silence makes you a saint. Be a whole person, Clay, and don't be scared of who that is. I'll try, Innkeeper. Thank you. I hope I find a way back to you. Oh no, I hope you find a better way. Oh my gosh. I'll try this again. I hope you find a way back to yourself too. Aww. Thank you, Clay. Me too. Clay's so insightful. Are they still playing cards? Oh, it's Scully. Top of the evening to you. Welcome to my tavern. Oh, what do my magical eyes see? New faces, new acquaintances. With whom do I have the pleasure today? No way, a speaking skeleton. I've seen one of those in a long time. Hello there. How incredibly rude of me to leave out introductions. My name is Scully. Lost his voice as well. Oh, and he's so polite as well. You can call me Una, Mr. Scully. And that one over there is my friend Jade. Ah, fellow Mahida. But with more skin left. Which isn't immensely difficult, I suppose. Glad to make your acquaintances, Una and her friend Jade. Yeah, Scully, shouldn't you be named after a gemstone? Or do I ask her about her necklace? Ask her about her necklace. Something about it looks really familiar. Don't you think, Scully? I have no clue what you're talking about. It does remind me of Scully in a way. Oh, I'm just wiggling around. When was the last time you were digging around in graves? Never. Think your senses might be deteriorating with age. Just like your ability to win while cheating. Ah, don't get smart with me now. Oh, Stevie's worst beast tamer. Oh, the wonders of friendship. You two seem to get along so well. Oh, absolutely. I think I should be going now. I still have work to do. What a coincidence. I happen to want to say this exact same thing. But wouldn't it be rude of us to leave that distinguished gentleman all by himself? I think one of us should definitely stay a little longer. Isn't it cool that both of you have bones made of shimmery gemstones? That is true. I haven't seen another Mahida since... Well, since I woke up. So anywhere between 2 weeks and 2 centuries ago. See, it's a match made already. Would be a shame if the two of you were to become friends. Huh? Anyways, see ya! Oh, okay, guys. That was quick. Indeed. I guess a woman her age knows what she wants. Good mythical morning. It's well past sunset, Hex. That might be true, but still. Morning somewhere, I know. You got it. But today I'm not here to talk with you about primordial magic. Today we're going to celebrate my sister. Greetings, everyone. Come on in. I'm pleased to meet you. My name is Scully. Jade. You can call me Hex, and this is Grace, my little sister. Yes, I know, she's taller than me. You can keep it to yourselves. We're here to celebrate, not to roast, though some fire might be fun. No fireballs inside, Hexagon. If you insist, a fireless party it is then. My skulls are aching for a party. I haven't attended one in what feels like an eternity. What's the occasion? My wonderful talented sister successfully defended her wizard doctoral thesis just today. I can't get that out. She can now call herself an actual full-blown selenite witch. It's not that special, honestly. I beg to differ. That's a majorly big deal. Congrats. I must congratulate you as well. Quite an outstanding achievement indeed. You're very sweet. Thank you. I have to agree with everyone. You should be proud of yourself. How about a drink on the house to celebrate your graduation? Hex already told me that you're a real magical connoisseur. I'd love to taste one of your creations, innkeeper. But I don't know what to pick. Could you recommend something for me? Of course. How about a drink for your wits? Your brain must be tired after debating with professors all day. That sounds lovely. My brain could do with a little pick-me-up. Coming right up. A little pick-me-up. Okay. Alright. So, a little wits and pick-me-up. Something to do with the brain. Oh, I did it again. There we are, the recipe. So that's very brainy. Peak sunrise. We haven't done a nebula for a while, have we? Maybe a sparkling nebula. Yeah, I'll do that one. Charisma and things in there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we can do enough in there. So it's 2 charisma. 1, 2. And the rest of it is the brain. Intelligence. 1, 2, and 3. Sparkling nebula. Oh, it's so sparkly. Wait, did that happen before? Why is that? Have I just noticed something happening with Andu, or is it just because we got the right one? Interesting. We'll have to look out for that. And because Grace is trying to drink, we'll have a drink. There we go. My, this is delightful. See, told you. They definitely knows their craft. Say, innkeeper, do you have a PhD in mixology by any chance? Last time I checked, no. But I do have a lot of experience. It took me a while to get a hang of it. Oh, I can tell. Your drinks were really tasty. I could easily go for another round of debating right now. Is anyone else up for a drink? Nah, not yet. I'm still energised from earlier. Scully? Hex, so what about you two? I'm good. I don't want to steal the show today. I would love a refreshment for these old bones, actually. If that's so I can see. Put my drink in front of me. In front of the screen. Perhaps something that'll bring back the charm of the old days. At your service. A charm. Charm. Okay. So, 3 charmies. Okay. Was it that? Sunny breeze. Enhanced charm, focus and reflexes. What was the other one? No, so we'll go sunny breeze. He asked for charm. And that is charming. Charming. Right, what can we give? So that would boost 2. And then I would just need to do the 1 in Swift and then the 3. Or we could do that, but that would be minus. Oh, we could do that one. That would be a plus there and a plus there. And it'd just be the 2. Yeah, we can put that in. And then it's just 2 intelligence. 2 int. And then we've got the 1 in the Swift. And then the rest of it's just the charisma. Sunny breeze. He didn't make that sparkling thing happen again. He just whaps out the sign. Oh well. Here you go. A drink for the charming gentleman. Oh, what a lovely taste. It warms my bones inside and out. Should I be worried? Maybe it's an undead thing. Well, theoretically, it would be possible for a magical drink to warm one's bones. You just need you and your wild dreams, Hexy. Maybe leave those experiments to someone with an actual laboratory for once. Ah, all that talking about studying and degrees brings back so many memories. I also was a scholar once. I spent my life as an archivist at the Gaian Everbloom Archives, to be precise. Wait, what? Ah! Before my, supposedly eternal slumber. I've read a lot about the old archivists, but I've never had the chance to talk to one. Well, obviously, they're all dead. All of them? Yes, the archives were destroyed ages ago. They're mostly a mess now. Oh, it's quite sad. A lot of knowledge must have gotten lost with them. I guess so. If you wouldn't mind, Scully, I'd like to hear more about them. Maybe we can revive some of that old knowledge. It would be my pleasure, but sadly I cannot remember much of my research. All those years below ground and without sunlight don't seem to have been good for my memory. It's been a few centuries since I've been alive, so I'm not even sure where one would find the archives nowadays. Or their ruins, rather. Do you remember the environment surrounding them? Maybe because we've got a choice. We could either ask them a little bit about their environment, maybe jog the memory, or we could just be like the really unhelpful thing, which is just think harder. And I'm pretty sure when you're sitting there and you're like, I need to remember something, I can't remember, it's on the tip of my tongue, and someone comes up and goes, just think harder, that's going to be that's like the most unhelpful thing. It's the least helpful thing that you could possibly talk to somebody about. Or, I suppose the least helpful thing would be changing the subject and distracting them. But yeah, do you remember the environment surrounding them? Maybe that could help. A little, I believe. Might have even woken up close by. My early memories as a skeleton are quite hazy. During my lifetime, the archives were located deep underground. Gaia's lively blessings were juxtaposed. Why can I not say juxtaposed? There you go. With a hostile and lifeless mountain range. They were surrounded by nothing but rocks and boulders, as sharp as talons and fangs. Even if you made it out of the mountains, you'd be greeted by either dry steppes or a poisonous lake. Oh, there he goes. The liquid in that lake could singe the meat right off your bones. I knew someone that fell into the lake once. I remember it as if it was yesterday. Well, that sounds like not the place to build an important archive stronghold. Wouldn't necessarily agree. They say the books and scrolls of the Mardan archives contain all the mysteries of our world and the realms that surround us. Of course, you'd have to protect that knowledge. Would be a shame if someone... Anyways. I think I know the place Scully's talking about. Oh? Sounds just like Gravelmac. Sharp rocks next to a poisonous lake. There's no way a location like that exists twice. On this plane, at least. Or else I would have heard of it. I wouldn't recommend going there. I bet it's exceptionally dusty after all these years. But think about all those hidden treasures. Knowledge left untouched for millennia. That sounds a little too ambitious. Even for you. Fine. Your delicate wizard sensibilities wouldn't last a day in Gravelmac anyway. Oh, and you would? Who can say? Anyways, I gotta go now. Shared enough secrets of the trade already today. Thank you for your reluctant service. What a lovely young lady. She would have made for a great archivist. And a grumpy one. I'm sure she just had a long day. As have I, honestly. I'm very tired. I'm absolutely sure of that. But you should be proud of yourself, nonetheless. You seem like the kind of person to downplay your achievements. And getting your PhD really isn't something small or insignificant. It's nothing really. I spent a lot of time researching. Defending my thesis was more of a formality. Scully's and my points still stand, and I'm sure your brother would agree with us. Absolutely. You're all very kind. I really appreciate it. How about we call it a day? It's already getting late. A splendid idea, as I would expect from a witch like you. Seems fair. I hope you get to enjoy the rest of your evening, innkeeper. I will, but Thea practically. And they're off. They all leave. We have a new quest. Awesome. So what do we have 3 of? I don't know. Oh, here it is. It's underneath. Here we go. So there's 3 of them there. Deep within Gravelmac hide long-lost treasures and terrifying bleak stalkers. That the verdict is still out on that cuteness level. The fabled Everbloom archives are located deep within the Gravelmac, a lifeless, dangerous mountain range. And then the Marden Ore archives once held the infinite knowledge of the cosmos. The giant Everbloom could hide answers no one is quite ready for. I don't know why I have an issue with A. It's beginning with A suddenly. We have a couple for there. And we have like 2 there, and then everything else is a little bit different. So we'll go with new quest. Raiders of the Lost Archives. The Lost Marden Everbloom archives are said to offer infinite knowledge to anyone with unanswered questions. Its ruins lie deep within the Gravelmac, a dangerous and lifeless mountain range that even seasoned adventurers try to avoid. That wasn't enough. The mountains are also said to be haunted by nightmarish bleak stalkers. Let's just hope they don't find abandoned archives cosy and inviting. End of the day? End of the day. Oh, lovely. There we go.